Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. This is Michael Brevard Decker, aka Captain BD, aka Captain BD 84, aka The Hick. So, welcome to the very first ever episode 2 of season 1 of the Knick and the Hick. I am The Hick, and with me is the
The
Nick.
Nick. What's up? Eric here. What's it?
That's it. Hey, man, I got a question for you. So,
What?
in 94, 95, that's kind of where I've heard the term the Knicks versus the Hicks. Because in the mid '90s, I still am a big Indiana Pacers fan, but I was a huge Indiana Pacers fan at that time, and we had a mega rivalry going on with the New York Knicks back then. Still, it's still a touchy subject around here. Were you on the other side of that?
Yeah, totally. I was pretty big into basketball at that age because that's like high school age, so that was like a big deal. And Reggie Miller was really hated, really, especially when my memory is a little hazy, but when he did the choking, yeah, that was really bad, really bad. Him getting into fights with Spike too.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Well, I don't really care for Spike.
Yeah.
Because of that, and since then, and John Starkey.
John Starks.
John Starks, yeah. See,
yeah.
Who cares? All right, but anyways, so guys, last week we talked about some Quentin Tarantino movies, and we're going to continue doing that, but not on tonight's episode. Tonight's episode, we're going to take a bit of a detour, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the best years of games, and then we're going to pick our best year. We're just going to pick a year to start with, and we're going to continue doing this throughout however long we're going to be doing this pod. And when we finish this game, we're going to go to the next year that we like and pick a game from there. And then we'll review or we'll rank and talk about games. So we'll be playing those games in the meantime of watching whatever movies we want to. Right now it's the Quentin Tarantino's, and continue doing pods for that as well. So what I'm talking about, the best years of games. I have two favorites, and they're both very recent of my favorite best years of gaming. 2017 is probably arguably, in my opinion, just the best year for games, because there are 4 or 5 games that easily could have been game of the year that year. Easily. So, do you have the list pulled up?
For 07?
17.
Oh, 17? No, I do not, but okay. I will get it.
So I can tell you right now, anyways, it's you've got Breath of the Wild, Horizon Zero Dawn, Resident Evil 7, Super Mario Odyssey, Nier Automata, PUBG. So PUBG, that's the very first Battle Royale game that came out, and that spun off into a huge deal. Cuphead came out that year. Destiny 2 came out that year. Assassin's Creed Origins, where Assassin's Creed changed up their whole scheme that they're sticking with now. Injustice 2 came out that year. I mean, it's an insane year for one. Plus, that's when the Switch came out.
Yeah.
And the Switch is, right now, it's honestly, I think it's my favorite system of this current gen. And then 2018. So any of those that stuck out to you in particular, 2017, that are just...
I'm looking, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And Horizon, I like Horizon Zero Dawn also.
It was, I believe that that year would have been between those two in particular for Game of the Year. I think easily.
Definitely, yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn just blew everybody away to the point that we're all just waiting on to see if PlayStation will drop Part 2 with the new gen release. And yeah, I've beat Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games ever. It's in my arguments for the best game ever.
Yeah.
I've played it. I'm on my 3rd run, and I've been playing it recently. So we do that. We can talk about 2018. 2018, you have God of War that came out. What else was it? There was God of War, Spider-Man. God of War, Spider-Man. It was a huge
Red Dead.
Red Dead. So those 3. It's insane. So the problem that I'm having, even though those are all great games, is that they're just too recent for me to get into and start playing right now. Like I want to play, and I think you agree with me that we want to play some stuff that we haven't played in a while or never played at all.
Yeah.
So did you have a chance to look at any of these years?
No. I mean, I've been looking at 07.
Yeah.
Which is the one you're.
Yeah. What is your, if you were to say you have a favorite game of all time, what game would you say?
Of all time?
Of all time, your favorite game.
Oh God.
I know it's like music. That's like asking your favorite song.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Or your favorite book. It's just.
Yeah. Elder Scrolls Skyrim. That's definitely.
Yeah.
One of my favorite.
Look at 2011. 2011's nuts too.
Yeah. What else? Super Mario World, which we've been playing. Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Grand Theft Auto. I'm trying to think what else. There's others.
You were big into Mass Effect too, weren't you?
Yeah. Mass Effect 2. Oh, yeah, you're right. Totally. And you're right about 2011.
Yeah, it's a banger.
City,
it's a banger year.
Battlefield 3, Uncharted 3. Wow. Dark Souls, which is a divider.
Yeah, I'm not into.
Yeah, me neither. I tried to play.
Yeah.
It was difficult.
I don't like playing games that punish me. You know?
Right.
And some people do. A lot of people.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think what else. One of the Fallout games, probably what's it called? New Vegas.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to play? Oh gosh, there's two different games. They sound just alike. Outer Worlds. There's Outer Wilds and Outer Worlds, but Outer Worlds is.
I want to, and funny you should say. I'm thinking about getting it.
Yeah.
But Dre owns it, and I know he'll probably lend it to me. So I don't know if I should just wait, which will probably be another 9 months.
Yeah.
because of everything that's
before
going
you go over there.
Yeah, or I just download it. But I really want to play that game.
It's cool, and it's very New Vegas-y because it was the same.
That's
team. It's the same team, but it's very New Vegas-y.
Yeah, which is fun. I love New Vegas.
And it's not long. It's a short game. It's probably 30 hours or so, and you're done with it.
Yeah, I've heard about that. And Witcher 3. That's another favorite of mine.
Yeah. I would probably fit right into what you're into then, because my thing is open world action RPGs.
Yeah.
I really like just being immersed, and I like just the feeling of gaining shit and getting just more powerful to the end where it's not even fun because everything just falls right over,
Yeah.
So definitely Witcher 3 for me. It's same thing, not my favorite, but definitely up there. Witcher 3 I think I put 300 plus hours in it. I beat it, and then a couple years later they came out with a New Game Plus, and then I went through and I beat it again on New Game Plus. I am in love. I don't think it's a secret. I am in love with Legend of Zelda. I've played all of them except for the ones on handhelds, and it's hard to rank which one of those. Breath of the Wild is right up there. I really like Wind Waker, and that's not a super popular one, but I think I've beat Wind Waker probably 6 or 7 times easily. And what's awesome is on my GameCube, that game still looks good. It's aged very well because it's that super cartoony look. I love all games. I love Call of Duties a lot, all of them. Definitely Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare was one of my more favorite ones. So that's a 2007 game. I don't know. Games like that are my favorites. And Mario World. My favorite console, I'd say probably of all time, because of nostalgia, would probably be Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So the Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Donkey Kong Country, you know.
So you mentioned 2011 and said that there were a lot of games. So one of the games that came out that year, particularly, was Dead Space 2, which is that's one of my favorite series. Right before we started, like right when Dre and I started doing Gamerish, I had been playing the original trilogy.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun to do because to go back and to really critique each one back to back to back. But I think out of the series 2 was my favorite.
Well, man, I mean, do you still have that on?
Yeah,
on 360.
360.
I've got it.
Yeah,
I've got it on EA Access for Xbox One, and
yeah.
I like that game. I haven't played that game in so long. It's creepy as shit. It's just you just feel eerie that whole fucking game.
Mm-hmm. It's also really sad. Just like the storyline is really depressing. But again, it was neat to play all 3 back to back to get and 3 is just so much different in terms of gameplay and how they wanted to try to do something different. But, you know, as the old saying goes, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah. And that really seemed like that game because it did not do well. It did not do well considered to the other 2 games, and it kind of killed the series because of how different it was. But there was an article or video that I haven't watched yet that said that Dead Space 3 was supposed to be different. Like like the sequel we didn't get. I'm curious about that though. Also, another game because you mentioned the Cube, Internal Darkness. Have you ever played that?
No.
I love that game, dude. Love that game. That's definitely one of my favorite games of all time. It's so sad we never got a sequel.
What systems do you own?
I own the PS4, 360. I still have a Cube, but I don't really play it. And the Switch, obviously.
Yep.
And I also have because I played Breath of the Wild on the previous one.
What's the Wii U? You played? You're like one of the 6 people that played it on that.
Yeah, I know. Well, because like that game was supposed to come out for years.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why. True story. The only reason why I bought a Wii U was for Breath of the Wild. And then it finally came out, and they were like, "Oh, we're also going to put it on the Switch." And I was like, "Don't."
They did that to me on GameCube and the Wii with fucking Twilight Princess. I put in a reservation for it, and then the thing was extended like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
If not longer. And when I went in to pick it up, I'd already had a Wii for a year, you know? And like they brought out a copy of GameCube. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, that's what you pre-ordered. I'm like, dude, I've had a Wii for a year. Like,
yeah.
Take that shit back. I'm not playing it like that.
Dude, I was pretty upset, but I was like, fuck it. I'll just play it anyway.
And that's like one of my least favorite Zeldas. Twilight Princess.
Yeah?
Yeah. So yeah, man, I mean, we could go either 2007 or 2011. I think we definitely have the consoles to be able to play what we want.
Well, I think we could definitely do both.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I definitely say that we do 07.
Okay. What game stands out to you the most, or that you would want to play the most out of 07?
I would probably, because I've been thinking about this, so...
Ooh. Love you.
I would say Halo 3.
Yeah.
Only because I have it and I've never played it.
Yeah.
I think I've never played. I've never gotten into the Halo series. I'm going to say some controversial things on this pod. I've never played the Halo series. So 3, even though, you know, it's like probably not the best to jump into a series in the 3rd game, but still,
it's not, but it is. It's fine. It's like if you just play Call of Duty now, you know what I mean? You're just...
Right. But I'd be interested in playing that. And, what else? I don't know. God of War 2. I played God of War when it first came out. What was it, on the 2 or
PS2.
3.
It was the last game on PS2, and it was nuts. Like it, I was like, well, what the fuck? Why didn't any of the other games look like this on PS2?
Right. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. I think a lot of people
Like
said that.
they pushed that console to its limits, and it looked magnificent. It still looks really good.
Yeah. So after the first one, I never really played the rest of them.
Yeah, the second one's bomb. It is so good.
Yeah.
The environments that they create, they're just massive environments that you're playing on, like you're a part of a living and huge environment.
And I'm excited for you to play BioShock.
Yeah. I've been in and out of them for a while, and I just never really got that into it.
Is there any reason why?
First persons, I just always felt like it was just kind of clunky.
Mm.
Like after you play like the Bungies, like the Halos, when you play Halos, like the one thing about Halo is, especially if we go back and play 3. 3 is a great game, but like, and the graphics aren't that bad except for their faces. Their faces are awful. I remember thinking that they didn't look that good back then, and now I've got like the Master Chief Collection, which is remastered in like 4K, and they all look insanely good. The faces still look like fucking those 12-sided dice. You know what I mean? Like they just look like horseshit still. But the one thing about Halo is that the guns feel good. They always have. The shooting just feels fucking good. Man. So when you get, I hate it when gamers say shit like this, but when you've been, so lucky for so long to have excellent first-person shooter games like Halo and shit like that, whenever you are Call of Duty, whenever you play somebody else trying to pull it off, you're like, oh, this shit's like fucking garbage.
I hear you. Also, so the thing about BioShock is I love the story. Yeah. And I love at the time, the look of it, mm-hmm. which I don't think it's really been out. I think it still holds up somewhat.
Yeah.
But just the story was great. And I'll never forget the first time I watched the trailer, which was, him fighting, and then all of a sudden he's getting attacked and he sees the drill coming out of his chest. I was like, my God, what the fuck is this? And it's a weird game. Like if you look at it,
it is a weird game.
It's a weird game,
and it's kind of one of those games that started, or that at least brought that what the fuck do you call that, steampunk back into the scene, right?
Yeah, definitely. But it does seem a little weird to have like an underground city in the water.
Yeah.
And then in some of the first shots you see like aquatic life going past. It's like, how is a whale not destroying the building by just going past, But I still love it. So that, and also Mass Effect, but I don't know. Mass Effect 1, as much as I love 2, 1 is okay.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not a big Mass Effect fan.
I know.
Because of 1. Because no, that's
really?
the thing. It's such a revered trilogy. The people that like Mass Effect they love Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And it's always the second that they always talk about.
It's always, definitely.
I feel like the second game's the best game in almost any franchise.
Yeah,
I feel like it's kind of like a TV show, like your pilot, like they put your pilot out just for them to buy it, just for them to move it, and then they got a certain date on it. And by the time the second one comes along, they can actually have the time and the people and the focus to do everything that they wanted to do in the first one, and now it's applied. Right. And the third one's like, who gives a fuck anymore? Like we've already.
I agree. It's funny because I was going to say TV show, because usually first seasons are just, they're just starting to get their footing.
Yeah.
So they don't always know what direction they're going into, or sometimes they're in the shadow of something else. And so 2, they really come out on their own. Also, it's budget too. Sometimes first season you don't get the budget you get in the second season. But the problem that I remember with Mass Effect was to get like minerals or things for the ship, you had to go to each planet.
Yeah.
And then you had to drive around with like a rover, and it was fucking obnoxious. And I think one of the reasons why people love 2 the most is they they cleaned it up. So they changed it. They made it easier. They made it more defined. And also the story, man, fucking story. It's gut wrenching and heartbreaking. That fucking story. To be able to like pick who lives and who dies without even really knowing that you're doing that, that's just so fucked up, man.
How long do you think they are?
The games?
Yeah,
Oh shit!
how many hours do you think?
I have no idea. The second one's pretty fucking long. Let's see. I'm gonna look that up. But are you like? Would you be willing to play the first Mass Effect?
Yeah, I'd be willing to play the first Mass Effect. I've got it. Like I said, I can play, I think 1, 2, and 3 all on EA Access on my Xbox One.
So 2 is, I think they said 40 hours.
Okay, yeah. But games like that,
that,
like the the open, or not really open, but the really heavy story-driven RPGs like that, it seems like I can always play those way longer than.
Yeah.
Like I always read, like it's like 40 or 50 hours. I'm like, shit, why did I put 80 hours into it then, you know?
Yeah. The first one is around 20.
Okay. Yeah, we could probably map that one out pretty quick. I'm not opposed to Halo 3, man. Halo 3 is a good ass game. And it's probably pretty quick too.
Oh, did you go through the games that were from 07? You did, right?
Yeah.
What?
Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Would you consider that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a Modern Warfare, but I would play it. But how long is that game story-wise? Because those games are usually more for multiplayer.
Modern Warfare, not real long. I would say probably 20.
I actually owned what's the next one? Is it the one where in the airport?
Yeah, that's Modern Warfare 2. Yeah,
and
that's a good game.
I really like that game. That was a really fucked up scene.
When that's a fucked up scene, but when you're in like this regular rural town and the fucking Russians are attacking America, you're like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. The one scene I loved to play, which wasn't really a playable scene, was when you were in space.
Yeah.
And you see what was it? It was like a wave.
Mm-hmm.
I loved just watching that. I just loved watching that because it was such a great scene. Again, even though you don't really do anything in it.
But Modern Warfare, I played the remastered one on Xbox One. The first one. Probably about a year and a half ago. So that hasn't been real long since I played it. I don't know if I'm really in for that one. You don't have a Wii. You don't have a Wii, do you?
I don't know.
Okay. Say Mario Galaxy is.
You can't play that on this. I mean, I wonder how much it is on the Switch, though. It's not on the Switch?
That's a part of the package that's supposedly coming out for Mario's anniversary this year. So you'll get Mario 64 remastered, Mario Galaxy remastered, and what's the one with the fucking hose? Sunshine.
Oh yeah. I was just trying to look this up because the thing with Modern Warfare 2 was it was very similar to the movie, what's it called?
Oh, the Wolverines?
Yeah.
Red Dawn.
So, yeah. Red Dawn, yeah. So I remember a lot of people compared it to that movie.
So 2007's like a big list besides Halo 3 and besides God of War 2. The thing is like there's a lot of great games in 2007, but they're like the beginning of that franchise. They're not the best game in that franchise. You know what I mean? Like all across the board. Because Assassin's Creed, I would be totally down to play Assassin's Creed if it just wasn't the first one.
I hear it. I don't remember. Like, I played it and I beat it, but I'm trying to remember it.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood. Like, once you really started fucking with Ezio, is when those games were outstanding. Plus, Black Flag's probably my favorite Assassin's Creed, and the new ones, the Origins the Origins. I'm not big into Odyssey that much anymore.
Odyssey is the one in Rome or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Or Greek.
Yeah, Greece. Same.
And so I haven't played the newer ones, but I do want to play Origins.
Okay, so I think we've got it down to Origins is shit. Mass Effect, Halo 3. You don't want to do Uncharted? It's so good. It's so good.
I wanted to bring that up. So I played Uncharted. Someone lent it to me, and I played it. And, I already had like a bad taste in my mouth because it reminded me so much of Indiana Jones. But I wanted to try it, because everyone said how great it was. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm shooting at these. First of all, the recoil on the guns was
are horrible.
fucking annoying.
The guns and the aiming system
so annoying,
are horrible.
And these motherfuckers are dodging the bullets.
Yeah.
As I'm firing,
I'm
like, nah, I'm done. I am fucking done.
Shit, when you get like into the jungle and you've got like the Brazilian looking fighters, the guys that are actually like spin kicking from getting hit with bullets, you're like, what the fuck? Like the Brazilian dancing.
Yeah. The Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Let's play the other ones first. I'll think about it. All right.
And God of War 2 is in the. So is that our 3 then? You think?
So Halo.
BioShock.
BioShock.
Yeah.
So Halo 3, God of War 2, BioShock, and you want to try
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
All right. Should we post that for the group to pick out of those 4?
Oh, you want to do it that way?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, you and I could just beat the shit out of it.
We could. No, I like that idea.
Okay.
We don't have to do it. That maybe we could ask them, like, definite.
Yep.
Out of those 4, definite, and what to play first. And we could do it that way.
Okay. So cool. Yeah, I think we got a plan then.
All right.
What's the next movie in the Tarantino?
It's Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
And then it's Kill Bill Volume 1.
Nice.
Which, funny you should bring that up. I meant to ask you this. Do we do both Kill Bills in one, or do we split them up?
I don't know. I think maybe both, right? What do you think? Split it up?
What, do them separately?
I don't know. To me, it's one movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it would depend on how long we talk about Jackie Brown.
Yeah. I don't remember that much about Jackie Brown.
Yeah, I have to rewatch it. I have to rewatch it.
All right, hey, so we didn't start off with what have you been doing this week? What have you been watching? What have you been playing? What have you been reading?
I finished Maneater.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a good opportunity to get on my soapbox. So you know what pisses me off about Maneater? So I finished the game.
Yeah.
I completed everything before I did the final boss battle. So I'm 100% in everything. Okay. I finished the battle, and I get a few awards because it's on PS4, and I don't get the 100% completion. Right. So I've never, I don't know if that's true, but I don't think I've ever really gotten all 100% in a game.
I have it on PlayStation.
I did play Lego Batman, one of the Lego Batmans, and I got 100% out of that, which took fucking years. But in any event, so I look and, you get those 2 awards. You get one award for everything, and then you get another award for all the awards. And I'm not getting them. So I'm like, what the fuck? I check my map. You know how the map is split up in different like areas. Everything was 100%. So I Google it.
You got to do it all again.
There's a glitch.
Oh, there's a glitch?
There's a fucking glitch that stops you from getting 100% completion. So then the article is like, well, people are expecting the update to fix it. All right. I'm a little annoyed, but that's fine. A few days later comes the update, and I still don't get the 100% completion.
Man. You're like, where's my platinum?
Yeah. I'm like, what? Fuck. So I went through that. And in between that, I've been playing a little Animal Crossing.
Yep. All right. What have you been watching?
No movies, but my wife and I got onto the show on Netflix called Magic for Humans. Okay. So he's this guy is a magician / stand-up comedian, and he just does a lot of like tricks, kind of like street magic, because like street magic, you go out to like a person and then you just do. But he does a lot of crazy stuff. Plus, he does a lot of social experiments. So that's a lot of fun. We're almost done with that. 3 seasons, but it was fun. It's quick, because it's like an easy watch.
Yeah,
pretty much. I think that's it.
Okay.
What about you?
I have played Breath of the Wild, and I've been playing a lot more Animal Crossing this week. With you, I've been playing that Super Mario, which, by the way, we make a pretty good fucking Super Mario team.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Like, kind of. I was kind of surprised. I was like, we're both pretty fucking good at this.
Yeah.
The first time that we played together, it was a little rough. I was rusty. I was playing with a GameCube controller, and that sucked. So I had to reset my Pro controller to like the original settings, and then I felt like we were kicking ass. But last night we were flying through shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna keep that going. I've also been playing Battlefront 2. I've been playing some World War 2 because those are the free games on PlayStation 4, the PS Plus this month. Let's see. I played Panzer Dragoon last night on Stadia because they got a remastered version on there. Do you remember that one?
No.
You fly around on a fucking dragon and shoot shit.
Oh, okay.
I remember loving it, and I'm playing it, and I'm like, the aiming and like the shooting, it's like 3 squares that line up, and that's how you move your target around, and it is just like hot garbage.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds difficult.
I played like the first episode, and I was like, I'm never fucking play this game again. I think that's about it for games. I didn't really play a whole lot of games this week. I've been watching a lot of shows.
Like what?
I watched Stargirl. I watched Lance Armstrong documentary.
On Netflix?
ESPN 30 by 30.
Oh, it was 30 by 30? Yeah.
It's a 2-parter, and it is nuts. That dude is an asshole. Like, he still doesn't care about any of it. No. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't think he was in the wrong for anything. And then, I finished Rick and Morty, season 4.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Good. Because I actually meant to ask you, what did you think?
Loved it. She's Beth's a clone. Beth is a fucking clone.
So you think she's the clone? Wait.
You don't know. You don't know. What do I think?
No, but what do you think?
I think it's Beth. They're both Beth, right? I think it is Earth Beth, or I think she is the clone. Because I feel like she's always known that. Like, remember when she went to her I forget what season, but she went to like her childhood universe that her dad created for her.
Yeah, that the friend was stuck there.
Yeah, her friend, and she thought she was a clone. Oh yeah, and they ended up getting divorced, and all types of shit happened over that. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great.
I do like when they go back to the stories that they've created, the storylines that they've created. But I was a little disappointed that they only really focused on one episode of the entire season. Mm-hmm. So, because a lot of questions were asked at last season. So we had like a whole season where like none of that shit was mentioned, but one thing I really liked was Jerry came to the rescue.
Yeah.
In his own way. I think that Jerry is one of my favorite characters because he is such a loser.
He's like the only normal person on that entire show.
But he's normal to the point where he's like horrible.
Yeah.
He's a horrible. I mean, I think you could really make an argument of who's worse, Rick or Jerry.
Oh yeah, you could.
Because just Jerry is like just spineless and selfish.
Well, I think my favorite episode was when the one with God, where Rick's fighting God of that planet.
Yeah,
he fucked that planet and made all those kids, and Jerry's horrible in that episode.
Yeah,
and it's over. It's all over because his family wouldn't take a vacation with him.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, right.
like
Yeah.
he starts a war because they wouldn't fucking cook s'mores.
He, I wonder if he's supposed to be just like a typical dad.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that he thinks he knows everything. He's very like selfish and this entitlement. You know, very entitled. But it's like the worst like the worst parts of a typical dad. And he's just such a horrible person. He really is. But I really do enjoy him. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I did like the season, but I don't know. I don't know if there were as many memorable episodes.
That one is for me. Like, I liked Rick talking about how he's happy, you know, about his grandchildren doing drugs and playing video games because that's what saved.
Oh yeah.
That's what saved the world. He's like, no, do all the drugs and play all the video games. It's great for you.
I do like in the last episode they focus on Rick and how sad he is.
Yeah.
And how like he didn't even want to know which one was the clone.
Yeah.
He's just such a
piece
sad,
of shit.
Yeah. But he's just so lonely and so sad and so depressed. But he just comes off as like this person who doesn't give a shit. He obviously does though.
Yeah, he's got a serious God complex.
Yeah. No, one of the episodes where the one, oh, you know what was a good one? The one where he makes the thing for Morty that he's able to go back and change his like.
Oh, I thought about you. He's like, it's the fucking illusionist or whatever.
Yeah,
or no, the prestige, baby. Prestige.
Yeah, prestige. Because I said to my wife, I was like, that's a video game. That's a video game save point.
Yeah.
Like you saving and then going to do and then dying and then just going back to that save point. That's exactly what it is. But the fact that Morty wanted to show Rick that he couldn't do something, I was like, you never throw Rick's nose into the mud. You know, you never like prove a point. You never prove a point to Rick because he will just get you back and make you feel terrible about it. I did like that one. That one was interesting.
I thought it was a pretty good season. Not bad. It probably could have been a lot better. Like, we waited a while for it, didn't we? How long?
It wasn't. Well, it was split.
Yeah.
So they did like the first 5, and then we waited a few months for the other 5.
Was it the third season we waited a long time for?
Yeah, it was the third season because that was like a few years.
Yeah.
It's just the first time I've watched the show, there were a few episodes that I immediately thought I want to rewatch that, and I don't know if I really got that in the season. There were good episodes, but not just nothing that was like, oh, I have to rewatch that, or I can't wait to rewatch that.
So I also watched the first episode of Avatar, The Last Airbender on
like the first episode ever.
Yeah, from Nickelodeon, and I liked it, but it was like, man, this really is like a kids show. Like, might as well have a laugh track and shit, you know? Like, I was like, it's really good, but it's like, just damn. Like, I don't know if I can dumb it down this much.
But does it evolve? Does it evolve from being
probably?
Just a kid
I
show?
just remember being younger and watching shit like that, and just kind of watching it whenever it was on. Never really like going through and watching all of it, you know. Like, just whatever episode would be on, I'd just tune in a little bit.
So that's as much as you've watched the show?
Yeah. The movie was a train wreck.
Of course. I haven't seen it, but I know that. I don't need to see it to know that.
Yeah, that was a train wreck. Okay, so we've got our 4 games. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I haven't really watched. Oh no, the wife and I we went on a shitty movie binge.
Oh yeah, what'd you see?
Netflix. Horns. Have you seen that?
With Daniel Radcliffe?
Yes.
Yes.
Not that good.
No.
Not that good.
I was very disappointed.
I saw One Perfection. Have you seen that one?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, yeah. With Allison Williams.
Yeah, garbage. That one's super garbage.
Everyone talks about it because it's so gross, you know, it's so like, because of the ending.
Yeah, it's gross. The ending's gross. The language is pretty gross. It's super gross, and it's just dumb. And I watched The Boy. Have you heard about that one? I kind of liked that one. The wife said it
I
was
liked
stupid,
it
but I
too.
kind of liked
I
it.
liked it. Yeah. Yeah, we liked it too.
It was a great twist. Throughout that whole movie, I was like, it's that grocery store guy, or we've got like a true Annabelle situation going on here.
Right. Well, that's the way it was promoted.
Yeah.
Like all the commercials and stuff was promoted like it was possessed.
Never throughout that entire movie until the reveal thought it was some fucking dude in the walls.
Yeah. There was a movie from Australia. It used to be on Netflix. I think it was called Housebound, and it was played out almost exactly like The Boy.
Yeah.
So that kind of disappointed me because I felt like they just took, but most people probably hadn't seen that movie, so it's like okay to do that. But that's an interesting idea, to like promote it one way and then it be something else.
We watched, I'll have to look into that one too, because it was crazy. I thought it was like Annabelle, or I thought it was that dude.
Yeah.
So, In the Tall Grass, the one that Stephen King did with his son.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one?
No, I read about it though. Yeah.
Okay, didn't care for it a whole lot.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah. So
because it just like made no sense. And
see, I thought you'd be proud we went on a shitty movie.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Yeah, man, I watch a lot of shitty movies. A lot of shit. But no, that's fun. Do you have Prime? Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit on that. A lot of shit.
I think I heard you say that in a podcast once. Like, Amazon Prime is the shit movie fucking app.
It is. No, because when I first had Prime, just going through the movies and stuff, and I have heard of some shitty movies that I just, for whatever reason, couldn't see. Because a lot of these movies are movies that like didn't go on DVD.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like on a whim, just look it up, and they have it, and I'd be like so excited. I'm like, oh my god, we gotta watch this shit. So
I don't know if I've ever watched any movie on Prime, to be honest with you. I think I've only watched TV shows.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Prime. Apparently that's where all the shit goes. Because they have a lot of shit.
Anything sticking out in particular? Yeah,
there's one movie that's pretty infamous for being crappy, called Deadly Prey. Okay. And so it's about this personal army. Like there's like an ex-general, and he's got this army that he wants to kind of use as mercenaries, but he has to train them. So they got this brilliant idea to just kidnap a person off the street and just throw them in the woods and then have the army hunt him down. But, of course, they kidnapped the wrong guy, and they ended up kidnapping a decorated war hero. So they throw him into not knowing who he is, because there's no such thing as like background checks, I guess, in the 80s. And they throw him into the woods and they hunt him down. But little do they know, he's like, and then of course he knows the ex-general who owns this army force. And it's just overacting and ridiculous. And like, I forgot the actor's name, but they tried to make him into like an 80s action star.
Yeah.
And so he had done a few movies, but he has like a mullet. And it's pretty much just Rambo. It's just like a ripoff of Rambo, but put him into like a most dangerous game kind of thing, hunting man. And there's just a scene where he just chops a guy's arm off, clean off with a machete.
Yeah.
And it's just everyone's yelling, and it's really terrible. And we watched it, and I was excited for it, but it was really, really awful. There's
Do you have any guilty pleasure movies that are horrible movies, but you just love?
Tons, but
I've got one for you.
I don't know if I'll admit that they're terrible.
Yeah. Street Fighter, the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, most Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, but like.
Yeah.
But I love watching them.
There's a movie so it's funny you call me Captain Cannon, right?
Yeah.
Which I love. I love that nickname. So I just recently told this story to my wife. So Jean-Claude Van Damme was in this movie called No Retreat, No Surrender. And it's his first movie, but he plays a villain. Okay, he plays a Russian villain.
Oh,
So yeah, yeah.
with the same accent that he has.
Pretty much. He barely speaks in it. I think he barely speaks. He has like one line where it's like really butchered, butchered Russian. He probably watched like Rocky IV to get his accent down. So there was this guy this was late 80s. Okay, this happens in the late 80s. So this guy's like, oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's new, like Kickboxer's his first movie. And I'm like, excuse me. No retreat,
Captain Cannon here. Somebody call Captain Cannon.
Was his first movie. I was 10 years old.
Damn.
10 years old. So I was Captain Cannon even in 10.
You have been Captain Cannon.
Yeah. But
if I've got a question of like how does this add up or why does this make sense? I'm like, hey, Captain Cannon, help us out, save the day.
I just yeah. I have a lot of guilty pleasures. I'm trying to think of one. They're all just like I'm blocked right now. But I will turn on a movie and my wife will be like, man, you like shit. And I'm like, yeah, I do. I really do. But I'm trying to think. I can't think of one because I'm just stumped at the moment. But I saw Street Fighter in the theater. I like Street Fighter. Yeah,
it's a horrible movie. Like Blanca looks awful. There's no reason for it. Like in the games, you're like in the street and you're a street fighter. That's the fucking meaning of it. You know what I mean? But in that one, it's just like they're stopping the fake UN, the AN or some shit like that.
Yeah. From
this horrible plan. And it's not even, what is his plan? It's not even to fucking take over the world or anything. It's just like, it's just to take over a country or some shit. Some stupid ass fucking plan. I forget the plan, but it's a stupid plan. And then, let's see what else. Oh, it's just awful. Like Chun-Li's a reporter and her fucking Balrog, the villain in the games, is her cameraman.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
They tried to cram all the characters.
Yeah.
As much as they could, and it was just not good.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what they were. It was that experiment that they did to Blanca. They were trying to, like, sell that off or do something like that or poison people or some shit.
Yeah, it was supposed to like make him, feeding him like, bad vision, yeah. But there was no point to him. Like once he turned bad, he didn't do anything. He didn't do one thing.
And he just looked horrible. He just looked like a dude with green paint. He looked so bad.
Yeah, he looked awful.
Well, all right. Well, man, we've got, I think, somewhat of a game plan for the games. So we can have, our diehard fans pick something for us to play, and then we'll play that, and however long it takes, and then move on to 2011 or play more games from 2007. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I suggest you put up a poll, and then we see which one we should play first.
Okay.
And if we still want to play some of the others, definitely.
So yeah, I think that's the plan then, and then next week we'll get back on some QT. Keep that rolling.
Hey, before we go, let me ask you, what do you think? A little plug the Facebook group.
Yeah.
What do you think of the polls that we've been doing?
What's your hate with Scorpion?
You know what it is I don't hate Scorpion. So I did. You did the poll of Ghost Rider versus Scorpion, which I thought was a good one. I just feel like Ghost Rider has a lot more power.
Yeah.
And he's, I mentioned this. I said this once, but I was going to write it again, but then I decided not to. He has the power of hell behind him.
Yes, he does.
So I didn't want to argue that much because I'm not that familiar with Scorpion's background, because I thought he was like a demon.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very similar in some ways.
I was really surprised, though, of how,
it's
Scorpion
like
was
neck
up
and neck.
here. Now it's neck and neck.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when I put it up last night, it was a little one-sided.
It was, but then all of a sudden it went neck and neck.
What's been your favorite one?
I'm trying to think. We've had a lot, actually.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of them. I can't think of a favorite one. I'm surprised on when it's lopsided, and then I'm surprised when it's not lopsided. But I feel like if you put a video game character, that usually gets more attention.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
What about
no,
you?
not the Blade. That one surprised me. The Blade and Alucard. All right, an Alucard.
Oh, that's
Blade.
that's Castlevania, right?
Yeah, that Dracula backwards. It's Dracula's son.
Oh.
So they're both half vampires.
Yeah.
And Blade took that one.
There's a lot of love for Blade. That's
He's not that powerful. Like Alucard's super fucking powerful. He's the son of Dracula.
yeah. Hey, it's the Daywalker, man. I don't know what that means.
I like them. I think they're fun.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I forgot whose idea it was, but I do like that. I think it's getting our imagination going.
Yeah, the very first one, like Superman and Darth Vader. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, well, there's a comic book artist or painter. His name is Alex Ross, and so he's famous for doing a lot of because he paints. So he's famous as an artist and painter. And he once drew a Darth Vader versus Superman picture, and in his picture, he actually has Superman holding the lightsaber.
Yeah,
like it means nothing to him. So I thought that would be an interesting one because I wanted to see people's arguments.
Yeah, like is the Force magic? Because
Superman's
weak to that.
Yeah.
And what kind of crystal's in that lightsaber?
Yeah. Oh man, this has been I posted one 4 hours. I can't believe it's been 4 hours already. I did a 4-way with all like snow or ice characters.
Yeah, that was I'm thinking about.
So I did Sub-Zero, Mr. Freeze, Captain Cold, and Elsa from the Frozen movies. Yo, Captain Cold, no love.
Nobody likes the DC shows, bro. Nobody likes them.
No, but see, here's the thing with the polls is I have a comic book mind, so I'm not thinking about what's his name, with Miller. Yeah. I'm thinking of badass Captain Cold from the comics, but like Mr. Freeze, like I'm not thinking of Arnold Schwarzenegger. So
no, I think of like the animated series, Mr. Freeze.
That's the picture I chose.
Yeah, that one. The guy with the bubble and the red eyes. That's what I envision.
But in that one in particular, 11 people have voted for Sub-Zero.
Yeah, I would probably go Mr. Freeze or Sub-Zero.
Wow. But Queen Elsa can
Elsa's bad. She fucking rides an ice horse on an ocean. Like she's crazy.
I'm surprised. Yeah. No, but there have been some pretty good ones.
Oh, Hit Girl. I thought Hit Girl would get more love than that.
Yeah, I'm surprised with that. I was surprised by that. So far, that Scorpion Ghost Rider is still 17-17.
Damn, that's decent.
And your Black Widow one, 33 people voted for Black Widow.
Yeah, there's a lot of love for Black Widow.
Oh, I'll tell you which one that really upset me was the Thanos and Darkseid.
Yeah, you thought Darkseid.
Yeah, but
I would too. Without that glove, Thanos isn't really shit. I mean, he is, but
so what?
And so when he had he only had 2 stones when he beat the shit out of Hulk, right?
Yeah.
Or did he just have one stone?
Yeah. I think he might have only had 1 stone. I think.
Yeah, after
watching, he was getting the one from Loki.
See, I didn't know. I'm not a comic book guy, so I don't know. That's why Marvel, the MCU, is so awesome for me because a lot of these characters I don't really know. Because in the 90s, Marvel was going belly up, so they sold off their most popular IPs.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we don't have that's why we fight hardcore for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Fucking Hulk went away. X-Men went away. So what they were like, what do we have left? You know, we've got the Avengers, got Iron Man and Thor and Hawkeye and Black Widow. People don't really give a shit about, but like we can make some badass movies and get them into it. You know, like even when Iron Man came out, I wasn't going in expecting to walk away being like that's how you do it. That's how you do a fucking comic book movie right there.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, because he was a character where people didn't know who he was.
So yeah, that's why I didn't know Thanos. You know what I mean? I know about Darkseid, and I'm a big Superman guy. I read a big, huge book of Superman comics when I was a kid. The whole damn thing when I was a kid. Thanos doesn't seem like he would be that powerful without that gauntlet. He just doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, Darkseid has beaten Superman, you know, and I thought for sure, well, because I thought Thanos might have a lot of love because of the MCU, but Darkseid's got the beams, because those beams can only teleport and kill. That's pretty much all that does, and it seeks, you know, like it will move around objects to go after a certain person. So I was like, for sure. You know, I even wrote that. I was like, man, if you're going to vote for Thanos, like, Darkseid's got those beams that just, like, hurt Superman. Like, those motherfuckers hurt Superman. But whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll keep thinking of some good ones. Or what I feel are good ones. The ones that I feel like are going to be awesome, they don't ever pan out to be awesome. And the ones that I just think about real quick and throw out, those are the ones that people fucking argue over.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I wrote down all the ones, and so I have a few that I didn't post yet.
Yeah.
So I'll give you one right now. So I was going to do G.I. Joe versus Shield.
Okay. I'd go G.I. Joe.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. This is G.I. Joe who doesn't hit, they never hit a target.
But there's so many of them.
There are a lot of them.
There's so many of them. And they all look a lot alike.
But they all do specific things.
Yes.
Oh, no. The one that pissed me off was Conan versus He-Man.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking when you did that, I was like, dude, He-Man and Lion-O would have been.
Yeah, but you were supposed to, you could have done it.
Oh, added? Yeah.
Yeah, we just said that we didn't want to do the same character.
Yeah, we can still do it. Not two days in a row, but I was thinking that would have been a better one.
Conan
is awesome.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to give it to He-Man. I picked Conan.
I picked Conan too.
But I would give it to He-Man.
Here's another one that I did. The T-800, the Terminator versus RoboCop.
Yeah, it did beat Terminator.
Yo, 23 people voted Terminator.
Yeah.
More than that, I think. I was like, what? I don't know.
You're going with me, dead or alive.
Exactly. It's been fun, though.
Yeah, it's been cool. Gives us something to do. There's no fucking sports right now. We got to do something. Oh, tonight I'm going to watch 30 for 30 on ESPN. They're doing their Bruce Lee documentary.
Which one?
Bruce Lee. 30 for 30.
Oh, yeah. That was like a movie, though.
Be Water.
That's interesting. I watched that, yeah.
Yeah, that comes on at 9 tonight, so I'm going to check that out. That's what I'll be doing. But, so, yeah, let's also plug our Gamers Facebook group all together. Look us up. Hop in there. Right now, get into our Discord to play some games with us. I am Captain Space BD on Xbox. Captain BD84 on my PSN. Captain BD on Stadia. Big long switch code. I don't know. You just have to find me on Facebook and ask me, and I'll give it to you. Eric, where can everybody find you at?
Um, where? I don't know. Oh, on Switch, my name is Dr. Farts. I want to change all my video game what's it called names to Dr. Farts, but I don't know
Yeah.
if I can. I'm
Some of them
gonna.
cost money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Shit.
I imagine there's some Dr. Farts out there, so you'll be Dr. Farts some random number.
Yeah, that's fine. If you're listening on Spotify or Anchor, yeah, don't forget Facebook, Discord, our gamers537@gmail. But if you're watching this, we're also on YouTube if you're listening. But if you watch this, I'll link, as the kids say on YouTube, I'll link everything below.
Okay. So yeah, on YouTube, like us, hit subscribe. Let's see. Everybody start being nice to each other. The world kind of sucks lately, so just be nice. It's not hard. White people, let's just fucking listen for a change instead of having stupid answers all the time. Let's try to make a difference. Other than that, you have anything else to say?
No, not that I can think of.
Well, kids, until next time, I'm the Hick.
And I'm the Nick.
Have a good night, guys.
Night.